5, and we'll be looking at verses 6 through 8. Page 832, Romans 5, verses 6 through 8. And it says, "For when we were still without strength," this is that in due time Christ died for the ungodly. That therefore scarcely for a righteous man would one die, yet perhaps for a good man someone would even dare to die. But God demonstrates his own love towards us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. We are entering week 2 of our Christmas series, and it's called Christmas Unwrapped, where we are unwrapping the gifts that Jesus brought to this world through his birth. And these gifts are hope, love, joy, and peace, which has happened to be represented to us by the candles in our Advent wreath. That's one candle represents each one of these gifts. Last week we unwrapped the gift of hope. It's like we lit the first candle, which was the candle of hope. And that's like we talked about how Jesus brings us hope through freedom. Jesus brings us freedom from the law. Jesus brings us freedom from other people's opinions. Jesus brings us freedom from our past. Jesus brings us freedom from fear about our own future. And so most importantly, we talked about how Jesus brings us freedom from sin, and as he brings us freedom from death itself. And so we also talked about how to re-gift this gift of hope to the world. And it's like, I'm sure everybody understands that concept of re-gifting, and it's like everybody probably loves to re-gift, right? That's like re-gifting is where you take something that somebody else has given you as a present, and it's you in return give it back to somebody else. That is the concept of re-gifting. And it's like we talked about how we can give back hope to someone this Christmas season. And I was really excited after last week's service because numerous people came up to me after the service and they were wondering how they can follow through with some of the examples of ways to give back hope. And as Elizabeth said, I do have some information to pass on some of those topics. But it's on a personal level, as a pastor, that gave me hope. That there gave me hope. It's just simply seeing you guys get excited about helping others. Seeing you guys excited, that there gives me hope to stand up here each and every week. That it lets me know that what I am doing up here is making a difference and what's actually touching your lives. And it's my number one job as a pastor is not to get up here each week and to ramble on for 25, 30 minutes. That's anybody can get up here and do that. But it's the main job of a pastor is to train and equip you, the congregation, to take what we learn in here, to take the things that we talk about inside of here, and to take those things back out into the world, to take those things back out into your family, back home to your workplace, and back home to your outside life, outside of this building. It's like this morning we lit the candle of love, and it's like we will be unwrapping this gift of love that Jesus brought to this world at his birth. We're going to follow the same format as last week, where we will be focusing on two main questions. We're going to look at how does Jesus give us love? How did he give us this gift of love? And so we're going to talk about ways that we can make love real, or we can make love simply tangible for somebody else this Christmas season. How can we re-gift this gift of love back to somebody else this Christmas season? It's like the verses we opened up with actually answered our first question. How does Jesus give us love, or how does Jesus show us love? Now, there's actually many ways that Jesus has given us love. There's actually many ways that He has shown us love. Back when Jesus was on this earth for those short 33 years during His earthly ministry, Jesus went around and He healed the sick. Jesus healed the blind. Jesus healed the lepers and He made them clean. Jesus reached out to the untouchable people of the world. As we remember back in the summer, we did a whole service series on how Jesus touched the untouchables. Jesus always made time for the children. Jesus always had time for the widows. Jesus always had time, and He always took pity on the poor. And so Jesus even cried once. There's actually a story in the Bible where Jesus cried at a friend's funeral. Jesus cried at the death of Lazarus. And what makes that story so unique is that Jesus cried knowing that in just a few mere seconds He was going to raise him from the dead. But yet, Jesus still cried. Why did Jesus cry? Jesus didn't cry because Lazarus died, because Jesus knew that He was going to raise him from the dead. Jesus cried because He had love and compassion for the people that was simply going through a tough time at the funeral. He felt compassion for Lazarus' two sisters, Mary and Martha. He saw what they were going through, and that brought Jesus to tears, seeing the pain that they were going through. As even today, Jesus still shows us love. Even while He's in heaven this morning, Jesus still shows us love. And so Paul tells the church of Rome that Jesus demonstrates His love to us today through His death and through His resurrection. Paul says that even while we were still sinners, he says that Christ died for us. That's do you know what that means? Do you know the power of that verse? That verse means that even on our worst day, one of those days where you destroy everything and say everybody in your path, guess what? Even on that day, Christ has died for you, and He would do it again if He had to. Romans 8:39 says that there is nothing that can separate us from this love of God. There is nothing that can take this love away. And that's the gift of love that Jesus brought to this world. Jesus brought love to this world. Jesus brought love to us by Jesus demonstrated this love for us by dying on the cross. He took our place on the cross. He took our sins to the cross. He took our mistakes to the cross so that we wouldn't have to bear them. So then, how can we re-gift this gift of love? How can we give that kind of love back to the world? Because we aren't going to go around and start dying for people. That's just not logical. But how can we give this gift of love back? How can we make love real? How can we this morning make love real, or make it tangible for somebody this Christmas season? And so actually, before we answer that question, I'm going to throw a third pop quiz question in this morning. I'm going to throw a curveball. And as I'm going to ask the question, why should we love? Why should we make love real, or why should we make love tangible to somebody this Christmas season? And it's not just this Christmas season. This here should be something that we do every day. But why should we love? Turn in your Bibles to John chapter 13. It's on page 793 in the Pew Bible. But John chapter 13, verses 34 and verse 35, Jesus gives us the answer to why should we love people? Why should we re-gift this gift of love? Page 7, John chapter 13, verse 34, verse 35. This is Jesus talking to His disciples on on the night that he was going to be arrested. This was the last time Jesus was going to sit with his disciples, and this conversation takes place that's what is commonly called the Last Supper. And so Jesus tells his disciples, he says, that a new commandment I give to you. Jesus says that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. So that Jesus doubles down. He don't just tell them once, he actually repeats himself. And so Jesus says that by this, all will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. So the answer to that question is pretty simple. Why should we love? Why should we give love back to this world? Jesus answers this question. And so it's simply because Jesus commands us to. Jesus says, this is a new commandment. I am commanding you this. Jesus doesn't just simply suggest that we love people. He doesn't advise us to love other people. Jesus doesn't ask us to love other people. He's not kind of saying, well, guys, you really ought to love other people. No. Jesus commands us. He says, this is a new commandment that I am giving you, that we show love for one another. And as Jesus says that people will know that you are my followers, that they're not by your doctrine, that's not by your religion. People aren't going to know that you're my followers by your big, nice church buildings. Jesus says he says that the world will know that you are my disciples by what? Jesus says that it is through our love. It is through our love for other people. So that's the answer to why should we give love? Why should we give it back to the world? And just because Jesus commands us to. He doesn't. So this is not a suggestion. This is a commandment. So then back to our original second question then. How can we make love real or tangible to somebody else this Christmas season? We just see that Jesus says for us to do this. He commands us to do this. So what are some ways that we can show love to somebody? What are some simple ways that we can give love back to this world? And it's like I said last week when we talked about hope, this here is probably easier than what we were thinking. Most of us probably clam up at the fact of having to show somebody love, and it's especially a stranger. It's not natural to show a stranger love. It's not natural for us to want to buy a goat for a family in Ethiopia, or to write a prisoner a letter. It's not something that's naturally inside of us. But there are some simple ways. How can we show love to somebody? You can make love real to somebody by just simply inviting them to church on Sunday mornings. And just simply having a friend or a neighbor and just saying, hey, look, man, won't you come to church with me on Sunday morning? Man, we got a cool church. Our church is laid back. You don't have to wear a suit and a tie. You just come as you are, and you can pull up in your pickup trucks and your flannel shirts. Won't you come to church with me? Or you can, and this is one that we struggle with because we're not real good at this, but it's like you can invite somebody into your home for a cookout or a dinner. And that's the hard part, because then you got to be personal with that person. You got to be face to face with that person, and that's tough for us. But if you can just simply invite them to your house for a dinner or a cookout, and if you don't like to cook, just have a pizza night with somebody. Or it's on a more intimate, personal level. You could invite somebody into your life. You could maybe mentor a new believer in Christ. You can take somebody that has just accepted Christ and say you can help walk them questions. You could just become their friend. Or say you could help out by helping a new mom or a new dad that have just had a little baby. And this baby, you have raised 3 or 4 kids, and that you could just help out this new young couple by just helping them become a new mom or dad. Or so maybe you can help out a newly married couple. You can help mentor up a new young married couple. Or so you can reach out to a new neighbor that just moved into your neighborhood. You can take them cookies. You can take them a meal. It's just inviting somebody into your life. Or say just investing into somebody else's life. Taking time out of your own life, and say taking time out of your own schedule, and that's like investing that into somebody else's life. Or you can be a little more practical. It's like you can just practice little simple acts of kindness. These like just little simple acts of kindness. That there's like taking your neighbor a tray of fresh baked cookies. Or say maybe paying for a stranger's meal at a restaurant, and you gotta be careful where you're at because you could get in trouble by maybe they had a $100 meal and you didn't know it. But it's like maybe going to Chick-fil-A, you can pay for the person behind you in line. So you gotta be careful with that. I'm just kidding. But so you can leave a big tip for a waiter or waitress. Or you can take treats to a police department, to a fire department, to a rescue squad, or I threw this one in for fun, to a animal control office. Because they often get left out. And we got one sitting with us. So yeah, take treats to an animal control office. Or you can leave treats on your porch for the postman, or the UPS driver, or the FedEx driver. Those guys and girls are out there at 9 o'clock at night this time of year. You can just leave just a little bowl treat, and maybe a thermos of hot chocolate for them as they're out making their yearly Christmas rounds. It's just these simple little random acts of kindness. It's like those random acts of kindness that have no strings attached. No strings attached gifts are a great way for us to show the love of Jesus to those people that are around us. No strings attached gifts. They are a great way to show love. And that's like as a follower of Jesus, love is supposed to be one of our top priorities. It's like unfortunately it's typically not. But as a follower of Jesus, love is supposed to be one of our top priorities. And it's like we should practice this year-round, not just at Christmas time. It's easy for us to be nice at Christmas time. It's so easy for us to pay for somebody's meal at Christmas because we're typically joyful at this time of year. But the key is to try to do this year-round. This is not just a Christmas thing. These 4 gifts that we're unwrapping, they really aren't just for Christmas. These are for every day of our lives. We should love because Christ loved us first. Jesus loved us first. And so we here this morning have the gift of love because of Jesus. And that is way too much. That is way too precious of a gift to not want to re-gift. We should be excited about re-gifting this gift of love back to the world. We should be giving the gift of love back to others. But see, there's a catch with a gift. And there is a catch when it comes to a gift. That's like, well, before you can enjoy a gift, what is something that you have to do? You've got to first receive that gift. Even before you unwrap it, you have to receive that gift. You first have to accept that gift from that other person's. Christ's love is a gift, meaning we have to accept it. We have to receive it. Jesus is not going to throw it in our lap and say, here, take it. Think about on Christmas morning that somebody just throws you a gift. There's no fun in that. force us to take it. He's not going to force us to receive his love. Because see, you've heard me say before up here that like Jesus is the perfect gentleman. Jesus isn't going to force it on us. Jesus isn't going to manipulate his love on us. Jesus is not going to force us to take it. That the receiving is simply up to us. All we have to do is receive this gift that he has already given us. It's like if you have never received this gift of love that is found through Jesus, know that this morning he is standing there waiting on you to simply just reach out and take it. Jesus already has the gift in his hand. He is standing there with his arms out, holding this great unwrapped gift, and all you have to do is receive it. All you have to do is just take it. All you have to do is take it. And it's like, unlike other gifts, most of us have received gifts where like a month later they get lost, or they get thrown away, or we re-gift it to somebody else. Following Christmas, it's like unlike worldly gifts, unlike the gifts we get on Christmas morning. That's like, remember when I quoted Romans 8:39? Romans 8:39 says that nothing can take this gift of love away. There is nothing that can take the love of Christ away from us. Because once we are his forever. And say, when we receive a gift like that, this here is an eternal gift. This isn't a gift that we're going to return back to the store, but we aren't going to lose this gift. We aren't going to throw this gift away. And say, when we receive a gift like that, why wouldn't we want to share with the world? We should be compelled to give this gift of love back to the world. But like I said, that if you haven't received this gift, you can receive that gift this morning. You can take